Hey, look, everybody, it's Johnny Chimpo. How's it going? It's Doug here from Besse Custom Fab. Today I'm doing something I've been putting off for a while. I am cutting the rear fenders off of this car. So I'll start with the driver's side, and what I'm doing is I'm going to widen the fender by about 2 inches. That will allow me to have some cooler, deeper dish wheels on there. I like the look of it, plus it's probably cool as fuck to have it a little bit wider, a couple inches on either side, no big deal. I've laid out a tape line. I've actually started cutting, so there's no turning back now. The body trim, the chrome, sits about there, so I'm cutting under where the trim was. Lead body filler is all melted out, so I'm going to cut it. I don't want to have to drop this cradle if I ever have to change a tire on the side of the highway, so the fender will be removable. Of course, this is a C5 Corvette chassis, front to back. The only way to change a tire would be to drop the cradle, and if you know anything about that, you don't want to be doing that on the highway, so stick around, we'll be right back. I'm going to keep cutting. Well, if you're wondering what all that shit is, that was inside there somewhere. So the fender's cut off. There it is, removed. Okay, there's the fender, there's the car. Some might think, oh my God, you've made a huge mistake. I think, fuck it, this is going to be awesome. I know it looks like I've done some serious damage right now, but the plan is I'm going to form some angle, some light gauge angle that comes out here about 2 inches and then down. Another one that comes up and over to attach to the fender. It's going to be a slip-on, slip-off fender. Just a couple of bolts, maybe 4 bolts hold it on. Stick around, we're not done yet. Okay, so that's what that is. Couple things here. I made a couple of patch panels. That one there is, there was a hole there and an indent for the bumper to go in, but since I'm widening the fenders on this car, the bumper won't wrap around, and I kind of don't want to extend it and make it wrap around, so I'm filling in that hole. Had a little rust patch there that I'm doing. There's some more. Fill it in. I got lots of sheet metal. It's just tacked in right now. I'll finish welding that. Sand it up. Skiff a Bondo. Same with that one. And no more rust. No more whatever the fuck that was. And this here, well, that's a little more surgery. But that's fucking surgery. Jesus Christ. Anyway, stick around. Boom. Okay, I've got some angles. 18 gauge cold roll. I've got 3/4 by 3/4, and I've got some that are, I think, 2 3/4 by 3/4. Just basic angle. I got myself a shrinker stretcher from Princess Auto, and I built a bracket, mounted them on there, made a bigger handle because the one that came with it, stupid, ridiculous, this thing. You can't do anything with it, you need more torque. So I took a piece of the 3/4 by 3/4 and I shrunk it and stretched it and shrunk it and stretched it. Took a little bit of fucking around, but I got it to fit that body profile, the fender profile. As you can see, I've got it lapped on the outside here because there's that body line that the lead fill was in, and then here it transitions to the inside, and I just follow that all the way around. Came out pretty nice. I've still got a couple more pieces to put in on the ends. I'll weld that up, I'll grind it, and then I'll tap it down with a hammer to make it perpendicular, make it parallel with the other piece. I'll use a piece of that 3/4 by 3 inch or whatever and make that fit back to back, angle to angle on this profile, and then that'll get welded to the body. This will be a bolt-on section. It's going to be fucking wacky, so stick around. Bow time. It's been a long day. Okay, well, half a day later, and I've done some more work on this thing. I used my handy shrinker stretcher combo. I wonder if you noticed that hair on there. That handy shrinker stretcher combo. And what I did was I shrunk a piece that goes all the way around there. It's a flange on the fender, and that's fully welded on that side. Then I made one out of the bigger 2.5 or 2 3/4 by 3/4 pieces. I used the shrinker to make that the same profile. Those are just screwed together for now. And this is obviously a super rough fit up, but a fit up nonetheless. And that's about 2 inches. That's about where I want to go with it. I still have to do some tweaking to get it to fit up front here. It's close. And that is basically how that's going to look. It should be subtle enough that you don't know. If you don't know, you don't know. And I'll match the paint as good as I can. But yeah, shrinker stretcher, your best friend for doing body panels, as I've just found out. Also, patch panels just tacked in so far. Hell of a lot easier to do that on the bench than on the car. We're going to keep going here. Keep plugging away. Get this to fit perfectly. And then what I do is I tack this piece to the body. And then this will be removable. The trim covers over. Still lots to go before I start tacking up here. I've got to design my attachment points and this and that. But making progress. So we're moving forward. That's a good sign. And I'm making a hell of a mess too. It's typical. Just a quick look here at what it looks like from the inside. I have my pieces attached together. 3 places up top. I've just got some little clips that the fender will pop into. And then the rest, I think 6 places, I have nutserts, which are like threaded inserts, threaded rivets, I guess. You can tack nuts to the backside if you want. You can do whatever the fuck you want to do. That's what I wanted to do. I like those things. So it's all together. Now it's just a matter of putting it in place, tacking this to the body, and then let's see what happens. Check back. I'm going to put that on here. Right now, I'm going to put some tacks on it, and it's going to be deadly. Trust me. Okay, we're back. I've got it all tacked up. Still a little tweaking to do, but then I can weld it up, do some body work. And removable fender on a 1950 Pontiac Silver Streak. I'm adding 2 inches to each side. Some more clearance for fatter tires. And a little more offset. I like a little more of an offset look on these vintage cars. Plus, the fender is removable. That seam there is where it joins. That will be covered over by, there's a 3/4 inch thick piece of body trim chrome that goes on there. So you won't see it. And if you need to change a tire on the side of the highway, you don't have to drop the C5 cradle and dick around forever. Plus, I think it looks fucking badass. So if you like my videos, like and subscribe. Besse Custom Fab, rock and roll.